Welcome to the Baha Mar Hoops Summer League from Nassau in the Bahamas. From the gorgeous Baha Mar Resort, the Arkansas Razorbacks on getaway day play their final exhibition against the Calgary University Dinos from north of the border in Canada. Glad you're with us this high noon start on a Tuesday afternoon in early August. It's never too early to play hoops. Alongside Coach Z, Matt Zimmerman, Chris Sylvester, our entire crew, Arkansas perhaps put together its best 20-minute stretch of basketball, pulling away from a professional championship squad from the country of Colombia last night. They won at 91-49 over Toros del Valle. They're going to match up with A&M later, so we'll get a measuring stick contest out for that one. But do Razorback fans need to see anything else to get really excited about this group?
Yeah, Chris, not really. You know, it's been a great 3 games for the Razorbacks. The first half yesterday was exciting. It was a close game. Hogs were only up 8 at the half, and then a tremendous second half performance to blow them out. To me, you can't really tell by warm-ups, but watching Calgary, you can obviously tell that their biggest guys are 6'6" and 6'7". They just don't look like kind of quite the size. Their guards are not as big as Arkansas's. If Arkansas is dialed in right here, this is a game they should dominate strongly.
Yeah, the opening tap immediately to Jordan Smith Jr., who quickly lights the lamp.
Yeah, really no real defense right there. Just got it and overpowered number 22 for them, Elijah Thomas. Good start for the Razorbacks.
Josiah Francis missing off the back iron. Does come out for a second chance for the Calgary Dinos. And can't hit on the reload, although they grab another offensive rebound. They're just letting it fly. And 3 3-point misses on their first trip down the floor.
Yeah, they hadn't even tried to dribble in an attack, and they shoot it so fast.
J.J. Andrews connects, fresh off of his double-double last night.
Yeah, J.J.'s had a great great time here, especially against the Canadian teams. He's averaging 16 points a game here in the Bahamas.
His third made 3 as the teardrop falls through for Elijah Thomas out of Edmonton in Canada.
Here's Arkansas's first real half-court set. Andrews at the high post. Big Caleb down on the left block. Layup.
Well, everything but the finish, and Jordan Smith Jr. will get a couple of free throws. He has led Arkansas through their first 3 exhibition contests at more than 18 a game. And he's also dished out a team-high 21 assists.
Yeah, he's been outstanding. He had the triple-double in game 2. Really, they've had no match for his size and strength. 18 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists a game for Jordan Smith Jr., who will be most likely the best freshman in all of the land. I don't know that anyone will have a greater impact than him. There's some guys that'll argue that there's a couple other ones that are pretty good, but he is an outstanding player. He's a good shooter. He's tremendous off the drive, and he is high energy all the time, and he is a lockdown, I'm going to pick your pocket defensive player. He just took it from that one right there.
He almost came away with the steal.
He took it. It just bounced to one of the other guy's teammates.
Francis on a kick to the corner, and that's good. DeAndre Francis finds Josiah Francis, and Arkansas down the floor quickly for a Caleb Orugu dunk.
Yeah, and he just ran the floor. Hogs ran the floor, and Caleb, nice finish, 2-hand dunk. Oh, wow.
Daniel Chioke from Fort McMurray in Alberta, Canada. And a couple early threes for Calgary. 9-8 here as J.J. Andrews finds Jordan Smith Jr. Skipping it to the corner, Billy Richmond knifes into the paint and missed it off the back rim.
First stop by the by Calgary. Razorbacks' first missed shot there by Billy Richmond. Hogs in man-to-man.
They're letting it fly with a lot of confidence. Daniel Chioke has his second make, and Calgary's jumped out to an 11-9 start.
Boy, beautiful 3-point shooting. Hogs got their hands down.
A little more orthodox on the releases from this Calgary team compared to what we saw from the professional squad out of Colombia last night as Jordan Smith Jr. gets fouled on the pass.
Yeah, good drive there by Jordan. Drew the foul, but how about this? Calgary up almost 3 minutes into the game. They're up 2 points.
Well, they've hit,
how about that?
They've hit 3 threes here in the first 3 minutes of the game.
They are 3 for 5 from the three. Look at that power move.
That is bully ball from J.J. Andrews.
Great job by J.J. J.J.'s going to be one of the best players on this Arkansas team. He just takes it from him.
He is a two-way budding star as he draws a foul on the layup.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, he's a great defensive player. He's locked down. He looks like an NFL defensive lineman. He's strong. He's got big shoulders. And he, on the offensive end, he's a confident player. He's attacking. We talked about all the foul shots yesterday, Chris. 12 of them. And he's already back at the line again. He's not going to lead the nation in free throw shooting, but he is a good. I've seen him in high school games make free throws.
He's got a chance to get close to leading the country in free throw attempts with the frequency he's been at the free throw line. He has led Arkansas now with 20 free throw attempts across these 4 exhibition games.
Yeah, and Jordan has just shot 14 coming into this game. Nobody else had shot 10. So the most foul shots were J.J. and Jordan. And there's a timeout by Calgary. I'm not sure they're playing pretty well, but they go with a 30-second timeout here, Chris.
So 3 minutes into Arkansas's final exhibition game here in Nassau, the Bahamas, part of the Baha Mar Hoops Summer League. It's 12-11. Arkansas 91-49 over Toros del Valle, championship club from one of the more competitive leagues in Colombia, and really just used a huge second half in that game. 54-20, the Razorbacks won the second half after a relatively tight first half. Yeah,
38-29, or it was a good first half. Actually, I think it was 37-29, 8-point game at halftime, and I thought that the Toros played very well. They were competitive, but they really were able to get so much off of the little guard, Leo Salazar, who had 17 at the half, and the Razorbacks really made an effort at halftime to say, we are going to have to lock him down, and then he didn't score in the second half. And the Razorbacks blew him out, but it was fun. It was a fun game to watch, enjoyed that, and can't believe it's already our 4th game here in the Bahamas for the Razorbacks.
I don't think they want to leave.
No,
playing pretty well, and
yeah.
They look like they're having fun outside of the gym.
Yes, I agree. They've had a good time, and it's a fun group. They've had good times inside Baha Mar, outside Baha Mar. They went on the boat cruise the other day. So it's been really nice for the Razorback basketball team here together. Nice set play here.
That's Josiah Francis. Maybe got up off the hardwood a little too quickly.
He threw it off the rim. He jumped in the air, elevated, looked down, nowhere to pass it, and threw it off the front of the rim on a slingshot pass.
That three comes up short from Daniel Chijoki, who has hit a couple here in the early going. Billy Richmond fires away, and it pops out. This is Matthias Adiitis off the bench for Calgary.
Yep, and the first subs. Arkansas switching against the screens. Cooper Bowser guarding a 6-foot guard.
Free throw line jump shot way off.
Get it and go. Play fast. The faster the game, the better for the Razorbacks. It's kind of a little bit of a medium pace right now. Get the game going fast.
Oh, Bowser, everything but the finish.
Got to finish that. He's been so good in practice in Fayetteville, Chris, but he's not played great here. Not played bad, but he hadn't played great. He misses one contested down there, and he comes down here and fouls on the other end as this game goes into its first media timeout.
It sure does. Got to pay the bills. 15:35 on the first half clock. 1 point lead early for the Hogs in their Summer League finale.
We are honored to have the United States ambassador to the Bahamas here with us today. He is one of the all-time greats of the gridiron, where he led Georgia to the 1980 National Championship and was awarded the Heisman Trophy in 1982. Following his NFL career, he was inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame in 1999. Please give a big round of applause to Ambassador Herschel Walker.
Well, the U.S. Ambassador of the Bahamas, the 1982 Heisman Award winner, Herschel Walker, in attendance and going to join us here on the broadcast here in the first half.
Yep, we're hoping to get him. Yeah.
To hear about all that he's been up to as the Ambassador of the Bahamas.
Trying to think how many Heisman Trophy winners I've met. I think 3. This might give me 4. But I've met Darren McFadden a bunch, who should have won the Heisman Trophy, the greatest football player to ever play that didn't win the Heisman. Him and Peyton Manning are the 2 greatest. Darren McFadden and Peyton Manning, 2 best to not win the Heisman Trophy.
Going to stay on this end with Calgary hanging around in the early going. 3 of their first 4 makes from the floor have been 3-point shots.
It was interesting, the first sub coach didn't go with 4 subs in like he's been doing to start. He just brought Cooper in solo in replace of Caleb a couple of minutes ago.
A 3-pointer comes up short from Eli Georgievic.
There you go. Faster or better for Arkansas. There you
Second
go.
First half 3 for J.J. Andrews.
Beautiful shot from the top of the key. J.J., nice job. There you go. Defense leads to offense.
Cookies and a windmill for Billy Richmond. That'll wake up the Hog fans.
Yeah, that'll get you going. He may get another one right here. Billy, a relentless defender, and here comes Jeremiah. Jeremiah's a good steal guy. He's kind of a steal merchant.
8 straight for Arkansas since Calgary took that 2-point lead.
Good defense.
Another turnover. So the intensity picking up.
This will be interesting, Chris. Now we got the 4 in, including Ilya. And so who's going to stay? Billy Richmond is going to stay. Jordan reluctantly heads to the bench. Coach Brad Calipari, the young son of Coach John Calipari, is the head coach for this one. We had Chin game 1. No, we had Kenny game 1, Chin game 2. And then we had Bruiser Flint in game 3 last night. And game 4, coach, is Brad, who's going to do a good job. Brad's a guy that loves basketball, studies basketball. It's not bad when your dad's had the career he's had either.
This is Maper Maker on the baseline, and he threw it away. Gabe Vig the steal. A daring decision to go at Billy Richmond, and gets bailed out, tripped up, and fouled.
The Razorbacks have drawn 60 fouls over here. Only fouled 35 times. So that's been pretty good in 3 games, only to 35 fouls. And now you get that one. All the teams Arkansas has played here, you know, Chris, they've all competed. They've been outmatched by Arkansas's size and athleticism, strength, but they have all competed, wouldn't you say? I mean, they've all gone really hard against the Razorbacks. And even a team last night, boy, they had that bad second half, the Toros, but they never stopped fighting.
Couple free throws roll in. They gave Gabe Vig that foul in the act of shooting. Davion Thompson on the floor. Abdu Torre for 2.
That is nice. That is really, really nice right there. That is a good drive, and he gets to attack the basket. And good D there. I like how they kind of tap the ball to each other a little bit.
Elijah Thomas had a good look after the pump fake. Here comes Torre.
Ooh,
and
that's
had it
nice,
knocked
D.
away. Elijah
Yeah.
Thomas got back defensively. And Arkansas takes it back. Mapair Maker grabs the loose ball. Here's Thompson. On the lob, Ilya Frolov goes glass for the bucket.
Yeah, good call right there, Chris. Davion made it happen, getting deep in the paint. Probably could have shot a layup himself. Nice defense right there again.
Off the mark as Billy Richmond vacuums in the rebound. Thompson lobs.
Foul.
And a late whistle for a foul. Ilya Frolov was being held.
Yeah, that was good job trying to feed the post, and a good job of kind of staying under control. Now, this is a good inbounds play. We saw this inbounds play last night. You got the 2 down low. If Mapair gets in there, you got the 2 stack. They run this a lot. It's the action comes after the inbounds. Look for Davion coming off the screen. He was wide open.
Jordan Smith Jr. with giant steps down the lane and a southpaw flip.
You're right. Great south finish right there. Davion coming off on the play was wide open, and he said, I'm not taking that. I'm going right to the basket. And Jordan, good job finishing.
Arkansas has built this lead to double figures. And a reach-in foul on the baseline. Well, not only is the competition on the floor a valuable experience for this group, but it takes more than just playing basketball together over the course of a long season. I mean, this is a great bonding opportunity for these guys just to get to know each other better off the floor, with so many of them just coming to Arkansas in the few weeks before they got down here.
Yeah, absolutely. What a great drive right there. Great drive and finish. Mitas attack right, finished over tough. You're right. They've had a good summer. They got here at the end of May, Memorial Day weekend. They've spent a lot of time together, day in, day out, probably, just in the facility, getting rehab, doing weights, practice. They're in there 5-6 hours a day. But then you come on this trip, Chris, and they've been together all the time. They have a roommate, and they're together 24 hours a day. We've been here a week. This is the 7th day of this trip.
23-15 as we step aside with 11:40 left. Well, the Arkansas Razorbacks here in their Baha Mar Hoops Summer League finale up 23-15 over the Calgary Dinos. Arkansas has opened 9 of its first 13 from the field with a couple three-point makes.
That's good. And Jordan's in now for Billy.
That's such a smooth release. J.J. Andrews is 3 for 3 from long range.
Well, a beautiful shot right there, Chris. He is feeling it. I love that for that young man. He works very, very hard. Good no call. Good no call.
Davion Thompson grabs the miss.
That's a foul.
And draws the bump. Well, how about this start for J.J. Andrews, coach? 12 points on a perfect 4 for 4 from the field. And just over the course of this last week, these 4 exhibition games, you get the sense that this guy's confidence is growing with every moment that passes.
Yeah, and he's only played 7 minutes, and he's played most of the game, but he set out for a minute. He's back in, and his confidence is brewing right now because he's making everyone. Look at that.
How about that step through the elusive Davion Thompson?
Yeah, no defense there by Calgary. They got very little resistance against the Razorbacks. Jordan doesn't need to foul him because he was out of control. One thing about Jordan so far is he's not been fouling a lot here. He's physical. He's obviously a great defensive player, but he doesn't foul a lot. But back to JJ, you're right. His confidence, you can see him smiling a lot. He's energetic with his teammates. His teammates love him. He's a great young man. And he's so big. 2 state championships at Little Rock Christian. Lost a heartbreaker to Farmington in the state tournament. Wow.
Josiah Francis, an impressive corner 3.
Yeah, about 6'7", probably 190, 195 pounds, slender built. But he made a beautiful shot right there in the right corner. Just a 10-point game. They're hanging around.
Jordan Smith around the screen.
Beautiful pull-up.
Popped out. And here comes Calgary. A pull-up 3 off the back rim. Maper Maker secures it.
Oh, a lot of grabbing. Uh-oh.
Abdu Torre soaring and scoring.
Wasn't that nice, Chris? Beautiful under control by Abdu Torre from the great state of Connecticut.
Out of West Haven was a top-ranked player in the class from Connecticut. The top-ranked player in all the land was Jordan Smith Jr. He's got more Razorback points on the fast break.
It's really a backcourt there.
Awfully close to it.
Yeah. Jordan is physical defender on that far side. He has got his man locked down. Now he switches. Oh, this is going to be a tough shot right here.
Yeah, 5 to shoot. Dolly Wall launches and missed everything.
Good defense by the Razorbacks. Calgary's trying. They're giving everything they got. They're just outmatched athletically, size-wise, physically. It's hard to play the game when you're just so outmatched in that regard.
Arkansas shooting north of 70% here in the first 11 minutes of the game. 13 of 18 from the field. Thompson tried to get it across the lane. It wound up in the ready hands of Maker anyway.
Yeah, it was the ball kind of got away from him. It should have been a turnover, but Calgary wasn't big enough to get up there and grab the basketball. Maper grabbed it, 2-hand dunk. Jordan does some strong defense.
They said, give me that.
He sure did.
J.J. Andrews, 14 points on a perfect 5 for 5 shooting. And a timeout, Calgary, as Arkansas has quickly opened the lead to 18.
Yeah, that's their second timeout they've had to call, and they're in a bind. And we kind of knew it was going to be this way today, but you got to play the game. You got to throw the ball up and see what happens. And a great, great start by the Razorbacks.
Full timeout here with 8:40 left in the opening 20. 8:40 left in this first half from Nassau, the Bahamas at the Baha Mar Hoops Summer League. Arkansas in the midst of a 13-3 stretch to grow their lead over Calgary to 36-18 with 8.5 minutes left to play here in the opening 20. And we are very excited and pleased to be joined by the U.S. Ambassador of the Bahamas, the 1982 Heisman Award winner. Many more accolades, but Herschel Walker, the great Herschel Walker, joining us here. Thanks so much for taking some time out of your busy day.
Well, thank you guys for having me on. It's great to see you guys down here.
Well, you know, it's always a great time of year to play basketball, right? I mean, it's technically the off season, but you wouldn't know it by stepping in this gym.
Well, you wouldn't know it by this gym. I tell you what, I live not far from here. And I said, do Baha Mar has a gym? And I came in here, I go, wow, this is a great gym. Yeah. So I hope to see more games played down here.
Yeah, it's a beautiful facility, and the University of Arkansas has brought a huge crowd here, and even a little bit less today. The first 3 games, there was 300 or 400 Razorback fans, Herschel, and it was they love coming down here.
Well, I'm glad that they like coming, and I'm gonna tell you, the Arkansas fans something. You know, I started my business almost in Arkansas.
Is that
with
right?
Tyson. You know, I'm in the food business, and I started my business with Tyson. Tyson and Sanderson Farm, which is there in Arkansas.
Yep.
So they helped me out a great deal, so I got to give a lot of credit. So I'm rooting for Arkansas to go out and beat this team here.
We're going to tell Johnny Tyson that. He'll love to hear that.
Oh,
Mr. Tyson is a great supporter of Razorback basketball.
He is, and I tell you what, he's a good friend. I tell you, that family has done a lot for me. Also, the Walton family did a lot for me as well.
Is that right?
They have, and I tell you, I have a lot of ties to Arkansas, a lot of great people there.
Yeah.
And in the SEC, I think the SEC is such a great conference that I owe a lot to everyone there in the SEC.
Yeah.
When are we going to get your dogs down here?
Well, I've been trying to get them down here. I said even in baseball, I want to get them down. In basketball, I want the dogs to come down. I've been bragging about the dogs, and so I got to get them down here.
Yeah. As you know, we've got jersey patches this season. They're Tyson. So the little
you see that little
patch
Tyson logo on the top left.
Hey,
Tyson.
I saw the Tyson logo when I talked to the team a little bit back in the locker room. But I wanted to tell them also they can put a Renaissance Man logo up there as well for me as well if they like. I wouldn't mind it.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
Chatting with the great Herschel Walker. All right, U.S. Ambassador of the Bahamas. How's that role been treating you, and what's kept you busy lately?
Well, the role has been great. I tell you what, I didn't understand what being an ambassador was, and coming down here has been such a great experience for me. I have a great team with me. We got a new embassy. The embassy is not even a year old.
We drove by there and saw it the other day. It's beautiful, yeah.
You ought to stop in and see it. It's the United States Embassy, and people ought to come and see it. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. We're going to get about 12 million tourists this coming year, so I hope it's because of me. So it has increased, and I tell you what, it's work though. There's work down here, and you know, I'm trying to keep America safe, make America prosper, and keep America strong as well. And those are the things that the president wanted us to do, and that's what I'm trying to do while I'm down here. And I have a good group being here in the Bahamas, so close to the United States, and I'm looking forward to doing all those things.
Yeah, I drove by the building. Somebody pointed out that was the embassy, and I said, oh, there's probably no signage because sometimes in Europe it's that way. Yeah. Nope, there's a big old beautiful sign there. It says what it is, and I love that. It looked like a very nice place.
Oh, it is. I tell you, I have a beautiful office there. And one thing that's great about the embassy here, the embassy is not just to get passports and visas. It's there to help Americans, and that's why I tell Americans that if they ever come down, the embassy is your building. So come over and see it and see what what the United States have built. They built a great place, and people got to love it.
Well, I'm sure a lot of the tourism here. Now, we've been staying here at Baha Mar since we got here last Wednesday, so we've been here on the 7th day. We head home back to Arkansas this afternoon, but seen so many Americans here, but we've seen Europeans, met some folks from Spain, met some folks from Argentina, met some folks from Turkey. They're all over the world coming in here, aren't they?
You got everybody coming in because Bahamas is a great place. I have a lot of great islands. You know, Bahamas is made up of 700 islands. Wow. There's about 27 that has people on it, but it's made up of great islands. And I tell you, there's a lot of good athletes here as well. You know, you watch it in basketball, you know, they had a guy drafted in the 3rd round. They got a young lady right now is the fastest one in the world in the hurdles, and they're doing a lot of good things, a lot of good people here, and there's a population of a little over 400,000.
That's amazing.
So it's absolutely amazing what they have here. So and it's been great being down here just to see all this, and to see this right here. I'm so excited to see teams from the United States playing here. Arkansas, which I consider, like I said, home. Whenever I can see somebody from the States, that's home for me.
We got Arkansas here. We've got Texas A&M, South Carolina. I mean, the SEC is well represented down here in the Bahamas. I got to ask you, because since you stepped away from football, your life has become so much more than football. But here we are in early August. You know it's coming. We got the Hall of Fame game this week. Is there still a different type of buzz that you feel as a former player as the football season gets a little bit closer?
It is. You know, I get excited. I get excited about it to see young guys coming out there, you know, see players coming out there getting their career together. You know, I started out, didn't know what I was going to do when I went to college, and because of the blessing of God, you know, I got a chance to play football, and now I'm so excited. So to see young men coming out there to play, I'm so excited about it, and I'm always looking for football to start. And, you know, I think Georgia got Arkansas this coming year. I think they're playing.
Early in the season.
Third week. We go to Utah the 2nd week, and then we come home, and we've got an early kickoff. We was hoping for a night game.
Yes.
But we got an early kickoff with the Georgia Bulldogs in Fayetteville. So.
Yes, that's going to be a good game.
Yeah.
I tell you, Georgia got a good team coming back. And I tell you what, I'm looking forward to seeing the SEC. I want the SEC now to take control like they used to have.
Yeah.
I get a lot of people down here who are Miami Hurricanes fans.
Okay.
So I want them to realize that the SEC is still the place you want to be.
Yeah.
That is Jordan Smith Jr. being helped off. It doesn't appear to be anything too serious. That young man right there, he's got a chance to be the #1 overall pick in the NBA draft next year. He's that good.
I saw it. You know, I was down there talking to a congressman just now, and what was funny about it is I saw him jump and do a layup, and I said, that kid, that can jump.
Yeah.
And then I saw when he turned around who it was, I was like, okay, I see why.
He was the #1 high school player in the country this past season.
And he got a lot of, and I was just looking at the team, the way the coach was bringing all the different players in, and he was telling me how young the team is.
Yes.
And I tell you what, this is great for me to see, because with this NIL, to get young people coming in that maybe stay a little bit longer in school. You know, I don't want to see kids come in and just leave right away. I want to see them stay a little bit longer. You know, I went back to get my degree, and I'm not saying that kids need to stay all 4 years, but I love them to stay to mature, to get a little bit bigger and a little bit stronger.
Yeah, that's the last thing we want to touch on before we let you go is everything that's going behind trying to keep the integrity and somewhat of the pureness around college sports. Because like you said, at the end of the day, these kids are still amateurs, but a lot of them are being paid as professionals now.
They are, and that's what's sad to me. It's sad because college should be about education. You know, you have students going that some can't even pay their tuition. Some are working 3 jobs to pay their tuition. And being an athlete, sometimes we get those soft little thing. We have our scholarship paid, our books paid, our food paid, and now they got the NIL where they're making money. And, you know, I'm not against anyone making money, but I just like to see them also focus on the education. You know, I went back years later. You know, I was in my 60s when I went back to graduate, because I wanted people to know that education is important. And I went back to get my degree to let people know that. And I want these kids here to know that as well. And at the University of Georgia, and I love them to put it at Arkansas as well, that anyone that was ever on scholarship, the scholarship is for life. That anyone now can come back and their scholarship is paid for.
Absolutely.
And I love to see them put it throughout the SEC.
Yeah, that's a great thing. And Ambassador, I love you talking about the education, because one thing in college athletics, we've lost a little bit of that emphasis on education, and with the young people bouncing around to go make more money, sometimes they forget about making sure they get that college degree.
They forget about that, and that's what's so important. That's what college is all about. And I'm not going to tell everyone that they got to get a 4-year college degree. Sometimes just going to a trade school. The trade school is just as important. Being down here in the Bahamas, I was telling a young man just a few weeks ago, if you are a licensed welder, you can make a fortune down here, or a plumber. You can make a fortune down here. So just getting a trade job is just as important, but getting that education, getting that mind together is no doubt very, very important.
Yeah, absolutely.
The great Herschel Walker, we really appreciate your time. Enjoy the rest of your stay here at the beautiful Baha Mar Resort, and we appreciate all you do for us.
Well, thank you, and I love to see Arkansas back down here again. We got to get a football stadium together. I love to see football down here as well.
I trust you to start pioneering on that.
I said we got to get that football back down here, but I tell you what, getting basketball in the SEC school, I'm so excited.
Hey, this number 7 right here, J.J. Andrews, a freshman. His dad was a great NFL player, Sean Andrews, and he's a big, strong guy, isn't he?
Yes, he is. You know what's so funny is I got a chance to talk to some of the Arkansas players back in the locker room, and it was funny. I was looking at them, and I said, why am I look so small? These are some big guys back there. But I said, this is a good team, and the coach was telling me how young that they are. Right. And I said, this is what is exciting about getting young people here, getting them an opportunity, not getting guys that's 25, 30 years old that's still in college playing and not wanting to get the education, but just wanting to play ball. But to get young guys that got an opportunity, I think that is so special.
Well, I hope you won't be mad at us if the Razorbacks can beat your Georgia Bulldogs in football.
Well, I won't be mad at you, but if they're going to beat the Georgia Bulldogs, I want them to win the national title as well. Because I'm rooting for all the SEC to go out and win a national title. It's been a long time. Yeah. So I said somebody got to win it. We can't keep giving it away.
Yeah, Big Ten's got enough. It's time for to get back to the SEC.
Yes. I
Big Ten doing big things. That is the U.S. Ambassador of the Bahamas, Herschel Walker.
Hey,
thanks again.
God
Really
bless.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you, Ambassador. Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you now.
All right, the great Herschel Walker, the 1982 Heisman Award winner, and obviously doing so much more now as the U.S. Ambassador of the Bahamas. Here in the final 3.5 minutes, Arkansas is up big over Calgary. The Hogs 22 of 30 from the field. Calgary has made 8 shots from the floor. 6 of them have been threes. But despite that, the Hogs are scoring at will.
Well, that was great getting to talk to Ambassador. How about that?
Sure was.
Yeah, now he's getting to meet. We've not had J.J. Andrews' dad that I've seen on this trip, but he's here now, Sean Andrews, who we were just talking about, and he's taking a picture with Herschel Walker. That's awesome to see. 2 great football players. Well, you got a pretty good lead for Arkansas, 26 points. And really no surprise. Kind of saw this. I think anybody that saw either one of these teams play knew it was going to be like this. But Calgary's scrappy and battling. And I just like the other 3 opponents, they're not giving up any.
J.J. Andrews going after that shot underneath. And it went out off of Arkansas here with 2:48 left in the first half. So it sounds like, as much as Herschel Walker is a dog, it sounds like Arkansas is like his second favorite SEC team.
He was great. Well, he's an ambassador. See, he knows how to do the politics of it. He was awesome, and he really did brag on Arkansas. That was nice to hear.
That 3-pointer won't go. Tapped out by Calgary.
I mean, number 34, Georgia Bulldogs in that era. I thought it was the best freshman season ever in college football. They didn't give him the Heisman because they didn't give the Heisman to freshmen back then, and he didn't win it, and he should have. And then he won it after that. A tremendous career. What a great running back. And I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. That was a great trade to get him. Wow.
2-time All-Pro, a USFL MVP back in the 80s. Herschel Walker.
You're going to go USFL on us. Okay.
Well, he's going to try to get, there used to be a bowl game here in the Bahamas. It wasn't like a power conference
I
type
thought of that
deal.
when he said it. It was the Bahamas Bowl.
There used to be a bowl game as of a couple years ago, and I know they're working to bring it back. And who better than BD Global to try and bring something like that back?
Yeah,
they brought
Downey
baseball.
Global.
They brought baseball to the Bahamas. They brought so many great basketball events, and I think Herschel Walker's, on the cusp with that final piece to really get the sports flowing down here in the Bahamas.
It's a great, it's a big name. And people in America, they had love of Herschel Walker because of the player he was. And that's a big name to be down here helping them with all areas. And how about Cooper Bowser making both of those free throws? He struggled a little bit at the line. He was 1 for 4 before this game. And that was 2 nice free throws, kind of help his confidence a little bit. But J.J. Andrews keeps going to work, doing his thing. Impressive defense.
Andrews has 18 points to lead all scorers, only 1 missed shot across 8 attempts. And this has been the most efficient Arkansas has been on the offensive end in any half that they played here across 4 exhibition games. That being said, you look at what they did defensively in the second half last night and what they've done offensively in the first half today. I mean, you're looking at back-to-back really, really quality halves of basketball put together by, again, a group that just hasn't spent that much time together, yet we see them do stuff like that time and time again.
Yeah, that was a great pass. Almost a travel by Davion, but he gathered himself up. We talk about how good he handles the ball and how great he passes. He was about to turn it over. He was able to catch himself in stride, make a great pass, and Abdu finishes. This is an Arkansas team shooting the ball much better here in this ball game, much more efficient, less turnovers in this ball game. Overall, way better on offense, and it's still been the same great defense on the other end.
How about a first half 20-piece for J.J. Andrews?
Hey, let's let him see if he can get 50. I'd like to let him in, and somebody's got to play the second half. Nice left hand right there. Nice drive.
George Vick goes glass for a pair.
Yeah, Vig with a good attack to the left, 29 points.
Ilya Frolov.
Oh.
Showcasing that he's comfortable shooting out there, the 7-footer from Russia. Ooh. We know Davion Thompson is a high-volume shooter from distance.
Yeah, great shooter. We've talked about it on every broadcast. Second-best shooter on this team behind Jeremiah Wilkinson. And we're going to see where Mika falls into that. J.J. Andrews is he's making a case for the third-best shooter on this team based on his performance today. And it's fun. Hogs up 31 points in the first half.
And well on their way to their biggest offensive output. They did put 106 on the Bahamas national team their first exhibition game, but they have not gotten to the century mark since then as Josiah Francis goes headhunting underneath and draws a foul. Free throws coming here in the final minute of the first half for Calgary.
Well, I predicted 120 to 49, and I do think Calgary's going to get over 49. But I think Arkansas may get over 120. See, the thing with the Razorbacks is when you sub, the subs are outstanding as well. So there's no let-off really until you get to, like, Amir and Aiden. Maybe, a little bit of a drop-off there. But typically the Hogs won't play them in a game like this. Last night they came in with about a minute and a half left.
Amir Brown wound up with 3 points at the free throw line. J.J. Andrews on 9 of 10 shooting has 22 points.
Yeah, 22 points. How about that? I hope he has some games like that in the regular season, and he may very well do that.
There's no reason to think he won't. As Bowser boards the miss, Arkansas can hold for the final take here at the opening 20.
We'll see what Brad Calipari's calling from here. It's a 1-4 across. Now they inverted a little bit.
Abdou Toure sinks the elbow jump shot to put the finishing touches on a 64-point first half for Arkansas in their Baha Mar Hoops Summer League finale. Big lead over the Calgary Dinos.
Great half for the Razorbacks. Great offensive display, shooting to cover off the ball, and the defense is smothering on the other end. The man-to-man's been outstanding. The Razorback fans that are still here, a lot of them have headed home, but there's still some here. They're all smiles right now as they head to the concession stand.
75% from the field in the opening half, and Arkansas is rolling in their exhibition finale here at Baha Mar Hoops.
Hello, that's better.
66-29, the Arkansas Razorbacks shot 75% in the opening 20 minutes, and 20 more minutes of basketball for the Hogs here at Baha Mar Hoops Summer League. Pleased to be joined by head coach of the Razorbacks, John Calipari. Your thoughts on a really efficient first half for your team? 75% from the field.
We started, I love it for them to understand every team we play is going to start, and then you just got to keep coming, and eventually, you know, the game changes. But if you think they're not going to come out like this, and most of them are going to have to make threes to beat us.
Yeah.
So you got to have some guys that guard the three. You're going to go out and guard. So, but the most important thing is, I don't know if they're ready, but I'm ready to go home. They may not be ready.
Coach, I heard some of our players yesterday. It's the first time I've heard them say, I'm kind of ready.
We've been here long enough. Let's go. So.
Well, Coach, the defensive pressure's been more extended. I mean, as soon as the offense gets across the half-court line, our guys are there. They're on them. They're locking them down. They really can't run their offense.
Today was about assists. We had 13 assists yesterday. Today was about assists. I think we have 17 at halftime.
Yeah, 17 assists on 27 makes.
They're hearing how many assists we have.
Oh, good.
Every time out.
Yeah.
We're at 10. We're at 11, 12. They're at 17 right now.
That's why when Davion drove in, I thought he was going to shoot the layup. He made a little about 2-foot pass just to make sure he got that assist to Ilya.
Well, if they'll share the ball, we're pretty talented. Now we got to get Caleb, Cooper. They're all really good players. I want to see Maker at some 5. I'm telling Coop, get in there and dominate some. Don't accept being blocked out. Go. And Caleb, he started the first minute and a half, 2 minutes. I would have subbed him. So I had a guy run over and say, get him out. I wanted him to know you're not playing like that. So
How about the job Brad's done?
yeah, I'm proud of him. I was more nervous for him coaching his first real game. Like, he's recruited. Abdu, was the point there. Davion, he was the point there. He's got some other kids on. He's doing a terrific job. At the end of the day, you get an opportunity to do this, you got to coach. Like, recruiting and doing, you have to be able to do that. But he's a good workout guy, training and all that.
He's done a lot of that.
You know, Jerry Stackhouse, Rod Strickland, he worked for before us. And I'm proud
That was really
of
good
him.
for him at Vanderbilt with Coach Stackhouse,
yes.
wasn't it?
Yeah, and with Rod, the same thing.
Well, you get another steal. J.J. Andrews has had a big game, and he has a big finish.
He's getting more comfortable. You got to think less and play more. And what I'm talking to the guys about is consistency. You got to come every day. You know what our secret sauce is every year? You better come to practice and play because the other guys can play. And they're trying to beat you. So you got to beat them.
Especially this year with all these players. You got a lot of players trying to compete to make sure they can get in the
How
rotation.
about this? We got guys who would like to play 40 minutes, right? Well, you want to take some of their minutes. You want to take some of their minutes, you better play. You're not just, and I shouldn't say play, you got to compete. You got to look at the next guy and say, I'm getting the best of him. All right, I'm going back to sit down.
Coach, we appreciate it. It's been
Coach,
a great
we appreciate
trip.
you, man. Great to hear from Coach Calipari.
Good.
He's ready to go home. You heard him say it. He's seen enough out of these guys.
He wasn't making any bones about heading to the house, was he? I think he's going to go to New Jersey. He has a home there. He loves to go there, and he's not got to be there much this summer, mainly because of this trip and all the practices. He's been in New Jersey very little. I think he had a couple days around the 4th, and he didn't have much time there. Nice job by Caleb. Good offensive control, good power back up and finish. Good job by him.
Caleb Arrigu now with 6 points, 6 boards, make it 7 boards as he grabs the miss.
This fast break is relentless. It's just layup, 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 dunk, layup. Relentless. You got 72 points. You got 18 minutes left in the ball game. The 120 that I thought is probably gonna go well past that at this rate. Good pass.
Calgary's playing relatively quick as well.
Yeah, that reason they've given up 72. You know, if you can come down and hold the ball a little bit and be under control, try to run some offense, then that's like in the Razorbacks' second game against the Canadian team, they were much more under control, try to be more systematic in their approach offensively, so that in turn eats a little bit of the clock. That's nice of Cal to come over and start the second half.
Well, you get the sense that he's pleased with what he's seen from these guys the last couple of halves.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, we've had Herschel Walker and John Calipari.
We had John Wall in the crowd last night.
That's awesome.
It's been quite the celebrity sighting here
good pass.
in Nassau. Thompson to Torre, and he couldn't finish the dunk.
Hey, how about us seeing a little Davion with Jeremiah? We haven't seen those two a lot together here in the Bahamas, the two left-handed and the two best shooters. Another steal.
Jeremiah Wilkinson reverses it in. I don't think we'll see Jordan Smith Jr. the rest of this game. Remember, he got a little dinged up late in that first half, and he's not on the floor to start the second.
Yeah, he didn't start the second half. He's got both shoes on, Razorback fans. He's on the bench, Razorback fans.
He's smiling.
He's got his uniform on, Razorback fans, and he's smiling big. And so if they injure their ankle and they got their shoes on in the second half, that's a good sign, right, Chris?
Well, basketball's a physical game. We've seen a few guys get dinged up throughout these exhibitions, but nothing to be concerned about beyond their status for these final minutes. Abdou Torre with the tough follow-away, kiss off the glass. He's got 14 points.
Yeah, he had a semi-quiet first half, but he has had a strong second half. He's been aggressive, getting right to the rim pretty much at will. And Calgary's had to just settle for all these threes or turn the ball over. Here's a mid-range.
Not there.
4-on-2 immediately.
Wilkinson kicks. It's J.J. Andrews. A rare miss for him today. Now 10 of 12 from the field. And a timeout here with 15:54 left in the Razorbacks. Summer hoops experience down here at beautiful Baha Mar Resort. First game of our quadruple header well underway, 15:54 second half. Arkansas leads Calgary 76-31. Coming up next at 2:30 Eastern, Cincinnati plays the first of two Baha Mar Hoops Summer League games against the Victoria University Vikes. Then at 5 Eastern, it's Texas A&M against Toros del Valle. That'll be an Amazon Prime game as well, with the nightcap featuring the Valparaiso Beacons and the Dalhousie Tigers, another Canadian collegiate squad. So still plenty of more hoops to be played. Arkansas, after 3 night games through their first 3 exhibitions, playing a noon game here on Getaway Day. Got all those bags in the corner of the gym and You guys sound like you're going to jet off right after the final buzzer sounds.
Yeah, Chris, you're right. Down here in the far corner, there's a whole, maybe, what do you think, about 30 yards of a football field over here to our left, to the Razorback bench's right. And nice job, Caleb. Just keep tipping, trying to get it in. And that whole area is empty. There's no bleachers, no stands. And the Razorbacks, we brought all of our stuff. I brought mine over here at 9 o'clock this morning, 8 o'clock Central Time. And our bags are sitting there, and we're going to head home after we're going to try to head home. Foul there. JJ gets fouled. But the team's got their stuff. And, they'll have to do a little bit of media. They'll do some stuff after the game, Chris, cool off. I don't know if they're going to – I think they'd let them run to their rooms to shower real quick. It's not very far here in the Baha Mar Resort. But they told us to bring all of our bags. We've got our stuff. And probably 30 minutes after the game, we're going to load. You put your bags on the back of a big truck here. It's not different. It's not a typical trip. And then you take your book bag or your whatever you have. Nice.
You know, the island's a little too small for those charter buses.
Yeah, that's right. That is exactly right. And they use the smaller buses. So it's different for the Razorbacks that have traveled before, but the big, huge charter buses, we're pretty spoiled the way we travel. And it will be a charter on the way home. But in the Bahamas, just like it was with Coach Muss, we don't go out to the tarmac and get on the plane. We got to go to the terminal. Nice pass. Oh, John
Offensive
Hampton.
Foul. No.
John Hampton called an offense.
No, I think he was saying and one.
You're right. He sure did. No, he's made a charge signal. He made the charge signal. Yeah, he called a charge. It's going the other way. Good job by the Calgary player getting over there, getting set, getting ran over. Good defense.
Coach, we've seen just about anything you'd want to and we're curious about regarding most of this freshman class. I think we've seen what Jordan Smith Jr. has in his bag. I think J.J. Andrews has played his best these last couple. Abdu Torre has been just absolutely terrific, along with the other guys, Thompson, Maker, Froloff, Oguru. Like, everybody's had their moments, but it's so easy to watch these 4 games and forget about the impact that Mika Morinen is supposed to have on this group. And I know diehards that follow the program and watch all your stuff on Hogs Plus probably have a decent pulse as to what this guy's going to bring. But for the Razorback fans that have not seen him and are not totally aware of his skill set, where might he fit in on a team like this, and what does he bring to a team like this?
It's going to be interesting because I was talking to him yesterday, and he said, I want to be the #1 pick in the draft. And there's a lot of basketball people that have watched him a lot that feel very strongly that he'll be a top 10 pick in the draft. We're more worried about what happens with him with Arkansas Razorbacks. But this is a very, very, very good player. This is like you don't play anything like Jordan, but it's the caliber of impact of Jordan Smith and Mika Morinen. And when you add both of those guys, and obviously J.J. is kind of in McDonald's All-American. He's in that stratosphere of a player as well. Then you already got Jeremiah and Billy that are outstanding older college players. And so Mika's going to have a huge impact. Is he a guy? Great pass, Jeremiah.
It sets up Ilya Froloff.
Good
Can't
rebound.
connect from the corner.
Nice. That's the best rebound Calgary's had. They had to compete for it. The same guy runs. Oh, couldn't finish, but he runs the floor. He receives a pass. Couldn't finish over the Arkansas defender coming at him.
Pull up 3 won't go for Davion Thompson.
I think a lot of games at crunch time for Arkansas, you'll have Mika and Jordan. You're going to have J.J. You're going to have Billy. And you're probably going to have Jeremiah. And there's times when Abdu is playing outstanding that he will be in there. I do think at times that there may not be a true 5 out there. It'll be Mika with J.J. and Bill. Those are big guys. That is incredible energy and length and defensive want-to. So, again, I think there'll be a lot of times where it's Mika out there with Billy and with Jeremiah and with Jordan and with J.J. And I think that is a great lineup for the Razorbacks.
Depends on the publication, but you look at most mock drafts, and scouts will tell you that there's probably somewhere in the range of 3 to 4 shoe-in first-round picks, like potential-wise? Obviously, the season's got to play out. You've got to stay healthy. You've got to be smart on and off the floor, right? I mean, it's too far in advance to predict. But just the talent level on this team compared to what we've seen the last 2 years, is it truly night and day?
No, it's not night and day because we had two good teams. They went to the Sweet 16. I mean, Darius Acuff, was one of the top picks in the draft, the top 10 pick. It's not night and day, but this is better. This is better. This is more talent, to your point. This is potentially two top 10 picks.
In that same conversation, not that you won't take a Sweet 16, but only getting to a Sweet 16 with this group would feel like maybe falling short of some expectations. Is that fair?
I think that's a little bit fair. I mean, this is Arkansas, a school that's been to 6 Final Fours, got the #1 recruiting class. You've got 3 older guys, including one that's one of a great favorite of Razorback fans, Billy Richmond, a proven player. I think it's fair to say. I mean, there's a lot of dreams of a national championship, Final Four. Arkansas's goal absolutely should be that. I don't think it's a disappointing season, though. If you win the SEC, you win the SEC tournament, you get beaten in the Sweet 16. To me, that's a great season. I would rather win the national championship than win the SEC tournament or the SEC regular season. But I'm a big believer in the conference, in winning a conference championship, and I do think that those are the expectations for the Razorbacks. And that's from Coach Cal and the staff. They don't want to just be good. They don't want to finish 8th in the league and then go to the Sweet 16. They don't want to finish 3rd in the league and then go to the Sweet 16. They want to win a national championship. We'll see if it happens, but Arkansas is loaded with talent, Chris. This team, and they play so hard, right? Last year, no matter what you thought, no matter how much you loved that team, you knew deep down, defensively, giving up 81 points a game. That shot is a pretty unusual shot.
It's a horse shot, huh?
Yeah, that was kind of a horse shot. Last year, you kind of knew, even after we won the conference tournament, you had great hopes of winning the NCAA championship, but we just didn't defend enough. And really, when you played good teams inside, you needed them to not play well because they really hurt the Razorbacks inside the lane. And the defense got the Hogs in trouble. And so that's why we didn't win the regular season but finished 3rd, and that's why we didn't win the national championship. We had an elite offensive team.
Absolutely. 90
points a game.
But as they say, defense wins championships.
Yeah, this team that we're playing right here, the Calgary, they got 33 points. You know, they can't do anything. They had 29 at halftime. They've scored 4 points in almost 10 minutes. And that shows you again and again on this trip how great this Razorback team can be on defense.
10:44 left. Does Arkansas have anything more to prove here at the Baha Mar Hoops Summer League? 10:44 left. Arkansas's exhibition finale here at the Baha Mar Hoops Summer League. Chris Sylvester, Coach Z, Matt Zimmerman. And the Hogs continue to light it up at near 60% from the field. No Jordan Smith Jr. in this second half, although everything appears to be okay with the #1 recruit in the 2026 class after a lower leg discomfort. Little situation late in the first half, but nothing serious. And Smith has been cheering on his teammates from the bench.
Yeah, he has been sitting there the whole time and looks good. A lot of smiles, a lot of laughs. So it's good to see him there. Great to see that big smile for sure.
Cooper Bowser, the Furman transfer, at the free throw line. Bowser near 14 points a game at Furman, 76% from the field last year. From Woodbridge, Virginia, 6'11" big man. 9 points, 5 boards against UConn in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, boy, Davion's getting some good minutes. Maypear's getting some really good minutes. Cooper getting some more increased minutes here in this blowout. Hadn't seen Caleb a lot.
Step back three.
Whoa!
Perfect from Daniel Chijoki. He's had a nice showing with his 5th make from
Chijoki
out there.
Played well at times. Early in the ball game, he hit those nice shots. And then that one on the left wing, beautiful. They've stuck to their man-to-man, just being solid. They've really not been able to do anything against the Razorbacks. Drives to the basket. There's a one-handed kind of a scoop, alley-oop pass. Cooper Bowser got up there high. Hogs are sitting at 86 with 9:40 to play. Maypear with a good double team right there. Drop down. He left the shooter, though. He left Daniel, dropped in. There's Jordan Smith on the bench, folks. You can see him, and he's got his good smile right there. Look at him standing up, saluting somebody. Maybe saluting us, maybe saluting Coach Cal over. He's pointing up in the stands. So it's good to see, and he's got both shoes on, and he is, not going to say he's healthy, but he's smiling and laughing. And if you destroy your ankle real bad, and you're going to, if you're not going to play in the second half, you're not going to have your shoes on and smiling like that. So that's good news for the Razorbacks. That'd be the worst thing, to get somebody hurt in the second half of or in a game
on
of
getaway
a 50-point.
day. Yeah.
Like here's a 2-on-2, now a 3-on-2.
Wilkinson, the unselfishness and Maker, big finish.
That was important to get that third part of that 3-on-2. He ran the middle of the floor, unselfish pass by Jeremiah Wilkinson, the Atlanta native. He is Powder Springs, unselfish player. But this time he's going to pass it again, this time to Torre.
Torre throws it down. Coach Cal continuing to add assists to the stat book. That's what he wanted to see from his guys.
Yeah, nice right there, Daniel.
Calgary will play Cincinnati on Wednesday, so it'll be interesting to see as some of these other teams play Texas A&M, South Carolina, Cincy, what the final scores look like in comparison to Arkansas.
Yeah. Well, we saw, A&M yesterday play, and they were scrappy. They play hard. They didn't play. There was not a lot of great defense in that game. Unforced bad turnover there. But they competed, and A&M, very well coached, Bucky McMillan. Cincinnati's got a new staff and a new deal there. So he's done a good job where he's coached at before. Utah State. It's really interesting throughout college basketball with a lot of new coaches. The SEC does not have a lot of new coaches. 16 teams in the league. Got a little bit of continuity with their staffs right now. LSU does, though. Will Wade's back.
Does LSU have its roster together yet? They've got a lot of guys they're trying to get eligible.
No, they're still trying to put it together, and they're going to lean heavily on some rulings. And I don't think it's really – there's an unusual turnover for the Razorbacks. But they're going to need some federal judges to maybe help a ruling or two. Federal judges, they have shown that they are over the NCAA. They rule the NCAA.
Ilya Frolov, spin cycle, but the miss. Trying to get his teammates fired up as Wilkinson commits the foul. Free throws for Calgary on the other side. We've got 7:20 left here for the Hogs.
2 more media timeouts, Chris, but it's been some good action
in the Bahamas. Hard to believe, but just 7 minutes, 20 seconds left in the Razorbacks summer tour here to Nassau, the Bahamas.
I'm sad about that. I like staying. There's Coach Cal said he's ready to go. I kind of like being here. Beautiful place.
And the Razorbacks have, I think, fair to say they've gotten better as a group.
Yeah, I think so.
Just with a chance to play some other teams here.
You know, Jeremiah Wilkinson told me after he got hurt game 1, he said, I want to play with these guys. And then after he did play game 2, and he was kind of banged up, he said he felt like he'd been in a car wreck after that fall. And I said, man, I'm so glad you played. You had a great game. And he said, I love playing with these guys. They're so much fun, and they have so much energy. And we did get word from Mike Haywood, Razorbacks Media Relations, just no reason to play Jordan. It's over a 50-point game, so look at that drive.
Yeah, Jordan Smith Jr. has his best days in front of him in a Razorback uniform, and
yeah.
He's got nothing left to prove here in the Bahamas.
We're not going to see any more of him or Billy Richmond, and anyone else still might be able to get back in there. Abdou Toure just came out, and he's now sitting out. Probably won't see Abdou Toure again. I like this group that's out here now. You got Big Caleb back in the lineup. So you got 4 freshmen and the junior, Jeremiah Wilkinson.
Wilkinson underneath, and it's off Calgary.
Razorbacks only 6 turnovers in this game and have done a good job throughout this tournament. This league, not turning it over much. 38 turnovers total in 4 games so far.
Ilya Frolov stays with it and scores as time expires on the shot clock.
Yeah, good job, Ilya. Nice finish. He was only 1 for 6 before that, but he gets that one to go down 6 points. He's got a couple rebounds in 12 minutes. Big Caleb's got 11 rebounds to lead the Razorbacks.
Over under 2 minutes for Amir Brown.
It's probably going to go over this time. Brad Calipari coaching his first game as a head coach. And he'll probably put him in a little early because this isn't a 30-point game like we had or 40-point game. No, this is a 56-point game. Really, you could put him in now. And the Hogs are still just pressuring them real hard, and Calgary continues to struggle. That's 20 turnovers now. That would have been 21, but they didn't call it.
Instead, Calvin Kuzik knocking down a 3.
Yeah, good job, Calvin. Gets open there from Vancouver, British Columbia. John Hampton, an old SEC official, refereeing this ball game. He's been around college basketball a long time. Drew Ransdale, and Jerome Lucas. We talked about how we've had one referee in every game from the Bahamas. That's Jerome in this one. Good to see. Well, he's had such a great game, and he's been shooting it so well, but he does miss that foul shot. Missed that one to the left.
So he's just got to aim to the right here.
See what he does. I bet he hasn't been missing too much, so he'll make this one. Oh, shot it short. 0 for 2.
Winds up in Davion Thompson's hands. He misses the straight-on 3 and eventually saved in.
JJ is 10 for 13. Now he's 1 for 4 at the line, 6 rebounds. Nice.
Turnaround shot for Josiah Francis.
Fries 6'7". We talked about him being slender built. Scarborough, Ontario.
How often has life taken you up to Canada?
I've been to Canada several times. Windsor up there above Detroit. Been to Toronto, Ontario. Been there with Missouri basketball on a trip in August one time. Been in Niagara on the Canada side. I think maybe 5 trips to Canada. I'd like to go to Banff. Never been to Banff.
I hear Banff is great.
Yeah, it's great.
Especially this time of year.
Yeah. I would like to go back to Canada. Ball screen action here. Good pass to save that by JJ. Oh, driving left. He's tough.
Thompson catch
shooter.
and shoot. And Andrews doing all he can. Great effort in a 50-plus point game from the Little Rock kid, J.J. Andrews.
He goes so hard, nonstop. He goes flying to that right into the bench over there by A.B., Amir Brown, and Aiden Kelly. They're waiting for their call to action by Brad Calipari.
Frolov commits the foul.
Going left like that, he had to take an awkward shot, just wall up, jump. Don't need to foul him there. They have not, just like the team last night from Colombia, these guys have not shot many free throws. They've got 9 attempts. Razorbacks dominated the line last night, but the Hogs only have 14 attempts, 11 for 14. The only player to miss has been JJ.
A pair maker on his way back in after Frolov picked up the foul. Leaves to a nice ovation from the Arkansas fans. 6 points in 15 minutes for Ilya Frolov, who spent the last couple of years in Spain, originally from Russia.
He told me we get back.
He's coming back in here.
Yeah, sure is. There was a change up, mix up. He's going to have to wait though for the next dead ball, which will most likely be the under 4-minute media timeout. Great drive by Jeremiah going to the left. Nice touch. Big dunk there by Caleb. Easy basket. Caleb, double-double. Chris, 10 points, 12 rebounds.
They're already chanting for Amir Brown, as maybe that's why Andrews didn't play football.
Clock's running, but there's a ball was out of bounds.
One more timeout to take here in Nassau. Arkansas has reached 100 points with 3:37 left as the Amir Brown chants start to reign throughout Baha Mar. Final stretch of hoops for the Hogs in Nassau, the Bahamas. 3:36 left. Arkansas has already reached 100 points. Amir Brown not in the game yet, but you get the sense that we're right on the cusp of Brown time.
Yeah.
What can Brown do for you?
Yeah. Let's get him in. Another rebound by Caleb. That'll give him 13. Second most is a couple guys with 6 for the Razorbacks. JJ's got 6. 8 assists for Jeremiah Wilkinson to lead the Razorbacks. He may get 9 right here. Nope.
Maker needed to put that in for Wilkinson to pick up his 9th assist.
Runner.
Not there. Caleb Origu.
Another rebound.
He's got 13 boards in this game, although he couldn't track down that one. And Dhaliwal misses on a 3.
They gave him the rebound. They gave him his 14th. If they give him the rebound, they're going to have to give him a turnover, though.
Origu catches in the low post. Misses the turnaround shot.
2-on-1.
The high-flying Daniel Chajoki throws it down in transition.
Yeah, good move by Daniel. He's had a good game for Calgary. $22 points on 7 of 20. 5 for 11 from the 3.
Ilya Frolov rips him from deep.
There it is. He's got Kevin Wilcox and the crew over there on Gucci Row standing up, cheering right there by the Arkansas bench. Nice to see him make that 3. He's not bashful. He's an aggressive player. He said he's going to head home to Russia for a few days. Mika Murnen's going to head home to Finland for a few days. Hogs start school on 17 August.
Coming up. Got to go back home to get those back-to-school supplies. Jeremiah Wilkinson with a tough finish as he flexes to the bench.
Yeah, he only had 2 points. Only had 2 points before that game. He's been dishing out the 9 assists now.
Here comes Amir Brown and Aiden Kelly.
Yeah, let's get him in. Block shot by Caleb. A little late. I'd like to get him in a little earlier. I mean, you're up.
I'm with you.
You're up 52, 57 points.
I think Arkansas fans across the country are with you.
Yeah.
They wanted to see these guys a couple minutes ago.
Coach Brad Calipari said, I'm not putting them in until 1:03 left. Maybe they'll do something here.
I think Brad takes after his old man, huh?
This has been a good trip for Arkansas.
Sure has. Lots to like about this group of Razorbacks. And again, just don't forget about that Morinen kid from Finland.
Good pass there by Mapair.
Baker alters the shot. Got a chance for either Brown or Kelly to put something up here.
All right, maybe there's a foul like there was last night. Look here. Oh. A lot of coaching going on at the end of the Arkansas bench by Billy Richmond, Jeremiah Wilkinson, Abdu Torre.
Well, you love to see it from those guys.
Yeah, man, that's what it's all about. Those are memories. They're still trying to get a mirror shot. I mean, there's been about 7 screens for him.
Well, had to get it off in time, and his teammates are falling down like bowling pins in front of the bench.
That bench there on the floor over there laughing.
And even Brad Calipari cracked a smile.
Nope.
That'll do it for the Razorbacks' 4-game exhibition stretch here at the Baha Mar Hoops Summer League. 105-48 your final score. And now the attention shifts to the regular season just a few months away.
Yeah, for sure. The Razorbacks had a great trip. It was exciting. And you get 4 wins, 4 blowout wins, a lot of smiles, a lot of laughs, no injuries coming out of here. And you do it all without Mika playing, who's going to be a great player in college basketball this year. So it's exciting. and a lot of team building, a lot of team bonding, a lot of time together. Now they get to take a break, and they get to separate from each other for about 10 days before we get back to school on the 17th of August. Next thing you know, October, you'll have the exhibition games. You can go from 2 exhibitions to 3 now. First year that's allowed. And then the 32 regular season games, which is an increase from 31. Those will start early November. I can't wait.
Coach C, really appreciate you jumping on here.
It's been great. I've enjoyed it, Chris, so much, and enjoyed working the games with you, and appreciate Brooks Downing and all the crew, and it's been a great experience.
Safe travels back home to Fayetteville, my friend.
Thank you.
All right, for Coach Z, Matt Zimmerman, I'm Chris Sylvester. We've still got more hoops coming your way with Cincinnati opening up its Baha Mar Hoops Summer League tenure. Up next against the Victoria Vikes right here on Flow Sports.